BoxBox Hub is an absolute essential for any Formula One fan, and the entire app with new widgets, statistics, localized race schedules, and countdowns, you name it. They even have support for Apple's new live activities feature with real-time updates during a race right on the lock screen, and honestly, some of the best looking widgets I've seen.
Hello everyone, welcome to Bronze. It is round 17. Goodness me, I'm losing count. I struggle to keep count after 10. But it is time for Bronze. It is time for another sprint race. It is time for the Qatar Grand Prix on the very cold, bitter Tuesday. Unless, of course, you were racing in Qatar tonight, because the heat is going to be absolutely extraordinary out there tonight. Looking forward to this one then. And I got to say, the two Grand Prix that we have seen around here have been pretty fantastic. This is the first time ALR has ever raced in Qatar over the past 2 days, and it has been an absolute fiesta. I don't really know what excitement is in Qatar, but I do know it has been fantastic to watch, hasn't it? There, this is the one and only qualifying session. Similar format to how it has been the past 2 days. Similar format to how bronze and silver usually run. Anyway, with just one qualifying session. That is the qualifying session right here, right now. 20 cars are going for pole position then for the sprint race then, and of course the sprint race will then determine the grid order for the Grand Prix itself. And so we have got a lot of racing here tonight. 10 laps in the sprint, 29 laps in the Grand Prix, and as many laps as your heart content in qualifying in 17 minutes or so. Drivers' Championship then, before we get any cars out on circuit. New Potato missed last week, but it's great to see him back in action tonight then, for New Potato then. But it's very much it is very, very close at the top of the championship now, isn't there? The gap is down to 16 points between New Potato and TK. There is, I must say that TK probably feels very hard done by after the Japanese Grand Prix last week. There, what a drive it was from TK. I think that was his best performance of his career for TK. He was absolutely in superb form, and arguably, potentially, he should be closer to New Potato than what he is. And that result potentially could will play a factor in the championship. I am sure of it. Vestier in third, 5 points adrift at the moment. 21 points separates Vestier and New Potato in the championship. This is the closest championship out of all three championships in ALR at this current moment in time. Then fourth position, Dr. Trupot's not here again tonight. Then he is currently fourth in the championship. Fifth is Slayer. Sixth position, Kiki. Great season for Kiki. Serious Mushroom, seventh. Ever-present Serious Mushroom's been this season. Brooksy, little high, little low for Brooksy then in eighth position. We've got cars streaming out of the pits now. The AlphaTauri, I've got to remember that, gentlemen, as he will be the first driver that we're going to be watching then. Ninth is Marsky. 10th is Winnie there. Brilliant season for Winnie there. He is my driver of the season, personally. Brilliant stuff indeed. Diamond Dan, unfortunately, I don't think he'll be racing for the remainder of the season in 11th. Smithy 12th. 13th is Duncan. Dave with Stars in 14th. Vintage in 15th. Alibi not here again in 16th. Itemizer, I don't think he'll be racing again either in 17th. Stickers Mark 18th. Scooby Stew 19th. Swan Shanks hoping to get a point then. On the board then. And that's what I've got. I've got everything crossed for Swan Shanks there. I'm looking for an AlphaTauri, and I think I'm looking for Kiki. I am looking for Kiki. Yellow flags in the final corner then. In the final corner, but we're going to stick with Kiki for the moment. The Constructors' Championship, Ferrari leads by 47 points and on 290 points in front of the Williams team, and now second. Third position is the Red Bull team, 21 points away from the Williams team, and then it is very close, and 5 points then between the Red Bull and the Mercedes team, then another 5 points between the Mercedes and the Alpine. Good gosh there. Then we've got a bit of a gap of 26 points between Alpine and Alfa Romeo. Then we've got 30 points separates the Haas and the Alfa Romeo. AlphaTauri on 118 points there in 8th position. 9th is the McLaren team, 50 points away from the AlphaTauri. And 10th position is the Aston Martin, 40 points away from the McLaren team, only on 28 points so far. And I think that's the lowest total in any constructor in history of ALR, unfortunately, for the Aston Martin. So hopefully they can get something sorted about that before the end of the season then, of course. And so, yeah, looking at very interesting indeed in the championship, isn't it, to say the least? And as I said, this is the closest championship over all 3 world championships being contested in ALR. Across the line, or Formula 1 championships, I should say, in ALR. Coming across the line to start us on the way. Kiki's fast and said we got a second AlphaTauri just behind his teammate then. Marski going at second fastest. One DRS zone around this circuit. You could probably have it in a couple of other positions, but it's only one DRS zone. Then TK going at second fastest. And of course, I think a lot of you are going to be wondering about the incident with TK and Cass on the final lap in Japan going into Spoon Curve. Of course, Cass a super sub last week, but I think he was a bit too quick for bronze. No disrespect to the bronze driver, and certainly no disrespect to TK, because I think TK drove his socks off last week. He was superb. Absolutely, it was a joy to watch, to be honest. TK, I think that was his best performance in ALR in his career. Superb stuff indeed. But of course, Cass was awarded a 10-second penalty, and unfortunately for TK, he finished 11 or 12 seconds back there. So unfortunately for TK, yeah, it was cruelly done there for TK, wasn't it? But those are the breaks, and the beauty about, well, it's not a beauty, is it? But one thing that ALR and the stewards have implemented since the break is we have now got driver stewards as well then. So there is now more opinions about incidents there. Of course, Nolsey, who is the head steward of Bronze, of course, will be the, still the head steward, but he's now got a group of drivers from Silver and Gold to help officiate there, and I don't know the 100% of who did what then in terms of the steward in the room. But what I'm sure there was a majority vote then by quite. I think it was well over a split. Of course, we were just watching Duncan Davis. Someone is also practicing their exhaust outside my window. Thank you very much, Mr. Racer. Here comes Slayer across the line. Slayer going at 5th fastest in the Mercedes car, and of course retired last week there after technical grumblings there. Unfortunately, Casal, second race in a row for Casal, doing a good job. Casal is in his first race in Japan there. Ran out of fuel, otherwise he would have been a bit higher up than where he finished there. Brooksy passes there by 500ths of a second. Between himself and Kiki, very close indeed then. Kiki has been on pole position, and Brooksy, of course, who has shown flashes of brilliance this season, with TK in third position there. We're keeping an eye on the championship leader and the first ever bronze champion, which of course is New Potato. He's out on the circuit now. He's on an outlap at the moment. We're just watching a vintage there in the car 5, the famous 5 as well, of course, for vintage. If you watched Mansell there back in the 80s and early 90s there, of course, with the Williams team. However, Vintage is not the Williams team, is he? But Duncan Davis, and he's going to start his lap now, going across the line. Duncan Davis, a trying season to say the least there, and Duncan Davis, unfortunately, has got no ERS deployment or nothing. It looks like he invalidated, and he is down in 17th position now with just a 10 minutes to go in this qualifying session now. Qualifying session as well. Oh goodness me, I think because I bet next to my laptop, I think I've got a bit of crumbs stuck in the old touchpad, which is shocking stuff indeed. Then that's absolutely outrageous. If anyone notices that, I'll go absolutely berserk. So I go berserk as well when someone's touching my controllers with greasy fingers. But I'm allowed to touch it, of course. Here's the championship leader. Here is the first ever champion of bronze as well. Then New Potato, of course, in the Ferrari, he's had a stellar season. Has the New Potato, and has basically been flying the flag for Ferrari team for majority of the season on his own, but doing a fantastic job nonetheless for New Potato. Then as he tackles the second part of the lap as well. Then for New Potato, this circuit is absolutely a joy to watch on board or off board with the ALR drivers. It it is superb stuff indeed. Then purple in the second split time for the first ever champion of bronze. New Potato also the championship lead as well. Could have become the first ever driver to win 2 championships in bronze, which would be a superb feat in of itself, wouldn't it? It would be a superb feat there to beat the likes of, oh, he almost went wide there. It would be a superb feat to beat off the likes of Vessier and of course TK, just to name the top drivers as well. Unfortunately, I think True Potts is probably out of the championship now. Well, not mathematically anyway, but he's starting to slip back and not racing again here tonight. I think that that is going to be a much more difficult task. And it's just as we switch from New Potato, who's gone full fastest in that first run here on this circuit, all on soft tyres. Swanshanks are out on circuit as well. We have seen a unique races over the past 2 days, haven't we? It's been superb watching in terms of strategical element there. We've had a 2-stop race for majority of the drivers in the last 2 days, making it very interesting indeed then, as Swanshanks has gone quick in the first sector, then on board the Aston Martin driver. Now can Swanshanks get a result then? And I've just read the best. Actually, I didn't even see it. Vessier's not racing here tonight. That is not ideal at all for Vessier. He did vote to race, so that's a bit of a shame now for Vessier, and that might all but end his hopes in the championship. Yes, we have got a couple of more races to go after this, but I think that with bronze it is so tight this season, isn't there? It really is indeed. So that's a shame then, as we're just watching Swanshanks into turn 16 as well. Only 16 turns on this circle, isn't there? Which I'm quite surprised by. Swanshanks going across the line, and the Aston Martin. You see, look at that then. You've seen that we have deployment used there on that graphic. Swanshanks are very credible ninth there, just behind Moomin, who is in the Red Bull. As Red Bull got 2 reserve drivers in here tonight. Of course, as Christian Horner is probably going to be tearing his hair out there, as both his employees have decided not to race here tonight. But I think what Red Bull's loss is maybe Hings' gain, and he has been the reserve of the season for me, the rookie of the season for me. He has been supreme. Whether you pull him in gold, whether you pull him in silver, whether you pull him in bronze, he has been fantastic. As Jay Hings, I absolutely love watching this man race. He has been a joy to watch now. I'm not going to make no bones, but Cassal's gone fast. Goodness gracious me. Fantastic stuff for Cassal. Brooksy's just, oh my goodness me. Brooksy's in the 20s now. 2/10 of a second in front of Cassal. Whilst I'm watching Jay Hings here, then as he is into the final part of the circuit now. Of course, this was where it was very controversial, wasn't it, in the actual world of Qatar. Of course, where they decided to just widen the white line there, which was interesting. Into the final turn there for Jay Hings, and he is very much on the money here, flying the flag for Red Bull tonight, and to hopefully keep him in that line in the Constructors' Challenge as well. Across the grid hatch there goes, and Jay Hings goes second past 700 of a second away from Brooksy, who has just put in a 28 for Jay Hings as well, and Cassau, who's just gone third in that run. Fantastic stuff indeed. Kiki has gone well wide there, and that lap is probably not going to be suffice, unfortunately. Marsh in the first sector, 2/10 of a second up there. Good time indeed then. Sick as Muck is second down, then Crustier T, 8/10 of a second he is found, and jumps himself up into 10th then in the Alpine machine. Good stuff. What about Sick as Muck then? Sick as Muck into the, just missed his first sector time there, unfortunately. We're going to stick with Marsky, a 2-time Grand Prix winner in bronze over the course of the of his career there, as I was meant to tell you about the pole position before. I don't want to 6 minutes to go for the comments. ALR Bronze, the best league. Let's go out of the free. Haha, let's go. Have a good race there, drivers. Evening, camera racer. Good luck to Bronze. Slayer, yo, good evening to you, Slayer. Then into the final turn comes Marsky, then in the Haas car. Look how bright it is out there. Of course, this night race here over the grid hatch as he comes in. And once again, look at that deployment used. They're using a lot of deployment in this one. Marsky goes at 10 fastest out. We're going to see what Stickers Monk can do. Well, he's abandoned his time. Come back into the car, come back into the pit lane. Duncan Dave down in 18th position. Slayer back out on circuit. Where is Slayer? I hear you, Aston. Slayer in the second part of the circuit, and we'll stick with Slayer. What's he doing? 4/10 of a second down, Slayer. So I'm wondering if he abandon his time and come back in to the pit lane now. Good luck, Bronze. Scuba Shoot for the win, or at least points then, Loden. And of course, Nosey is exactly very much on the money there, because actually Scuba Shoot has got a 2-point streak there of his best performance of his career in Bronze last time out there. A superb drive from Scuba Stew in the last 2 races. Great to see, and I'm hoping he keeps up his momentum tonight. I'm also hoping that Swanshanks gets some decent points in the old piggy bank as well. Duncan Dave flicking it into the final couple of corners, and I'll be a steward. You're all sacked then. Evening all from Serious Mushroom. Evening to Brabbit. Good evening to you, good sir. There, of course, Brabbit on an absolute basically he's in the Percy bracket at the moment. Them two are in absolutely fine Vettel, aren't they? Both drivers have been supreme in silver and in gold. Then Percy on the march there, extending his lead in the championship once again was Duncan Dave, his fellow colleague there in the Williams as well. Has gone 7th fastest, whisker behind his teammate there, about 4/10 away from his teammate. And a bad time at all. Smithy Almighty then out of the steward's room and now into the car. Then I don't mean that Smith might have been brought up by the stewards. Of course, he is the main man of silver. He goes 8th fast as well. And I think McLaren will be very happy with that. McLaren in this qualifying session. Styles down in 18th position there. Not ideal. New potato there, who is just accelerating out into the second sector as well. Talking about Brabbit, he's been superb this season. That's there. Of course, we haven't done the standards for last night. That is not out just yet because, of course, the incidents have not been reviewed yet. I think Brabbit got his 6th Grand Prix win last night, didn't he? Really good 17 on his 13th podium as well. Extend his lead in the championship. As into the pits comes New Potato and abandoning his time there. Interesting stuff out there. I've just seen a lot of drivers there starting to abandon their times. Crusher T coming out on circuit as well. Before last night's race, then Brabbit was 77 points in front, and he did have up until before he started these week's events, and Brabbit did have the most. What did he have? He had the biggest gap in the championship lead so far. There's Mushroom there out in qualifying. I think he's got his times mixed up there. We don't normally see a Mushroom out on circuit in qualifying. However, he is doing a very good job. Actually, Mushroom is going very quick in the second split time. Then, as we've also got do a lap, old boy. Cabaret was saying that. No, my worst track. I hate it. Says Mushroom is doing. He's absolutely going for it. An absolute animal. Let's go, Mushroom is what Brabbit is saying. Let's see what the animal Mushroom can do then. Out of the final turn 16 then. Coming to the line then. This is Mushroom's worst track as he has said that. And across the line 6 passes. I hate to see what his best track is, because that's a very good time indeed there from Serious Mushroom. And he is on the 3rd row of the grid. He is a bit out of sorts though with the rest of the field though. So we'll see how he goes then. Of course, the track should get quicker and quicker now. Yellow flags for one of the McLaren Mercedes there of Smithy Almighty. Winnie, who is I think he's in the middle part of the lap there, isn't he? Well, Swanshank's actually at the end of this lap then. Good stuff indeed then. Out to the final turn then, as we're coming up to the line. Hey, Brabbit, world-class driving yesterday. Of course, Brabbit there getting a lot of praise, and why shouldn't he? Brilliant performance deep for Brabbit, and you know what? I'm looking forward to seeing Brabbit in gold for next season. I cannot wait to see what he can do then. So just watching Crust Your Teeth. Flick it in now. We're just watching Winnie, who's gone 10th first, second up. Winnie has there. And look at this, and of course, the man who won the Grand Prix this year. I've got to say, he is either really quick or kind of in the midfield madness, isn't he, Winnie? It's goodness gracious me. Absolutely... I gotta say, this is one of the most unique forms in all of ALR, Winnie, where he's either at the sharp end of the field or down in 16th like he is today. I think that it is very much he either loves the tracks or loathes the tracks, really, doesn't he? Winnie does, but fantastic to see that Grand Prix winner. Oh, Crushed Your T, unfortunately, off the circuit. He's regained back on now, but unfortunately, Crushed Your T, that could cost him with just under a minute to go in this qualifying session. Slayer out on circuit. Slayer's invalidated his time, so he's going to have another bite of the cherry now. There he goes across the line then. And where am I looking? I don't know where I'm looking. Where am I looking? Oh, there's a Haas coming across the line as well. There's a Ferrari in the background. And who is that Ferrari? I hear you asking. I think it's New Potato. Just dribbled it for it. That's not good. Oh dear. Goodness me. Of course, a New Potato does get me excited, but golly gosh, sir, control yourself, Ginger. Just watching Duncan Dave. He is kind of get to the line. This is going to be closer. Look all the cars there, and he's letting the Alfa Romeo out of the way. Swan Shanks is in 14th. That's it for Swan Shanks, and now coming across the line. So is it going to be enough? And where is the time? I cannot see. There's a yellow flag fluttering. Has he done it then, Duncan Dave? He has. He is through. Good stuff. Just watching the Mercedes out with the checker flag has fallen for Marski. The checker flag has fallen for Marski, Smithy Almighty, and Scooby Student. I am looking for that second Mercedes. Here he is of Winnie. Unfortunately, Winnie's ran out of Earth's deployment and is going to start 16th on the grid for the sprint race coming up in just a jiffy. What about New Potato? And I'm looking at the other Ferrari. I think I am. It's Kaz. I'm looking at. He's coming into the pits now. Alfa Romeo. Where is he? Smith and Serious Pressure also in the pits. Well, I'm not doing very well here, am I? Who's next? It is the second Mercedes of Jake the Slayer. Yellow flag. That's an Alpine off the circuit there, and that's it. And I don't know who it is. And across the line comes Slayer. Where is Slayer going to put himself? Slayer puts himself in 8th position. There's a Haas behind us, and it is Casal going into. Someone's off the circuit. That is Casal in third position. Jay Hings coming into the line as well. Jay Hings has found 200 second. That could be enough for Paul. It is not though. He's run out there just before the end. Then Brooks is going 2 tenths a second quicker here. Here is Brooksy now. Kiki on the lap then. Where is Kiki? Kiki's advantage. Brooksy 2 tenths a second up. Who's jumped up the order now? I didn't see. Up to the line then comes to Brooksy. He's got pole position for the looks of things. What about TK? TK goes full fast as Brooksy is low at the bar even further. And he's on pole position by 2 tenths a second there. Brooksy is. What a magnificent performance there from Brooksy. And that is pole position there. His second pole position of the season for Brooksy after his Italian Grand Prix heroics and he is going to be on pole position then for the Qatar Grand Prix. That is his and Alfa Romeo's second pole position of the season. Brilliant stuff indeed there for both driver and constructor, and I think that's also Brooksy's second pole position of his career in bronze head. So life is good down at Alfa Romeo. Life is good for Brooksy as well. Alfa Romeo 7th and 1st. Fantastic. And second position is Jay Hings, and third is Casal. Great performance from Casal. Of course, had a miserable day, miserable time in silver, but he's back with a vengeance for the Haas team, and Haas definitely will be happy to have his services as well. As we will go for a break, we'll be back very shortly there as we get our own bit of ITV stuff going. Then see you in a bit.
BoxBox Hub is an absolute essential for any Formula One fan, and the entire app with new widgets, statistics, localized race schedules, and countdowns, you name it. They even have support for Apple's new live activities feature with real-time updates during a race right on the lock screen, and honestly, some of the best looking widgets I've seen.
Hello everyone, welcome back. We're just waiting for the, you haven't missed anything, we're just waiting for the drivers to come out on circuit, and as Serious Mushroom said he might do, and I think he's on about a lap there, as just watching down, and good times camera racer saying, and thank you very much, Brabbit, enjoy your praise, lovely stuff indeed, and yes, Brabbit, awesome driving yesterday, was nice and patient as well, which I'm trying to learn laugh out loud then. As hold on guys, Mushrooms on the circuit there from Moomin. Lost 2-3 tenths, damn it. So they were saying there. Solid up, Robert is saying from Mushroom. Good stuff indeed. Great quality. Knowles is saying it was indeed. Brooksy was head and shoulders, wasn't he, above the rest there. Really good stuff indeed then. And we just watched then. Got held up by a lap by Crusher T, laugh out loud, but he's happy with that lap then. I got held up by lack of talent, Serious Russian saying that. But he's still got a very good 7th position there. So indeed, as I said, if this is Mushroom's worst Worst track, I hate to see what his best track is. So you see we got the tyre selection on the left-hand side here tonight. Then, by the way, welcome if you've just joined us. Yes, we've got a sprint event here tonight in Qatar. We've got another sprint event next week in the good old USA, in Qatar. We did have a week off from the sprint, so we've got one more in Brazil. So fast and frantic action. And just before as we wind down for Christmas, I hate to see word at the boat there, but luckily I think Black Friday is upon us, isn't it, this Friday? I hope so, because that's when I'm going to try and get all my Christmas presents sorted then. Maybe also get some chocolate as well, because I'm all out there. Brooksy pole position for the second time in his career and of the season. Brilliant stuff indeed there for Brooksy. Alongside him is Jay Hings there. Third position is Qatar with fourth TK. TK there, of course, he is in front of his championship rival, Kiki, not Kiki, the new potato. Kiki is in fifth bet. He can be championship material. Kiki is certainly for next season if he can get some consistency behind him, because he is really, the second half of the season, he has really turned the corner, literally and figuratively. Mushroom in 7th position there. Movement's gone hard tyres in 8th position there. Interesting strategy there for Movement. Everyone else has got medium apart from one other driver, which we'll talk about in a minute. Slayer in 9th position. We heard that he had issues on his qualifying lap. Duncan Dave in the second. Williams looking strong there in 10th position. Smithy Almighty just outside the top 10 and 11th. Kaz, who is on the soft tyres, in 12th position. Sick as Muck in 13th for the Aston Martin. Marsky in 14th, and Marsky's the meat in the Aston Martin sandwich in 15th. Swanshanks crushed your team, made a mistake on his final lap. They could have been higher. Vintage in 17th in the AlphaTauri. 18th is Winnie, 19th is Stars, 20th is Scuba Stew. 20 cars then all going for points then here in this one. Is top 8 to score points then in this one, and it's also lines up the grid for the Grand Prix itself, which is coming up right after this one. I cannot wait. I have got me slippers ready. I have got me bottle ready. I've even got a cup of tea, which is not tea because I don't have any tea bags. So it's basically warm water, because I bought the kettle and realised I don't have any tea bags. 5 lights are on then, and when we go out, we'll be racing here in Qatar. And we are not going, to be honest. There, all that tension and all that intrigue there has left me a bit deflated, to be honest. And I've also I had to breathe as well, to be fair, because I took a big breath there, and then we've now got a bit of an issue there on the start. Hopefully we'll get it sorted then, and then we'll get some. We got a VSC there. We got a VSC, but we've got no lights coming off at the moment there, which is a bit disappointing at the moment. So yes, a bit of a anticlimactic start then to the race there, as we got a VSC, and we have also got. Well, we got VSC, and that's about it there. And we got Slayer saying that it's Kaz is the problem, unfortunately. And there is Kaz, and now we're racing, and Kaz has been left on the grid there in the second Ferrari. It is a VSC, and I'm hoping. Oh my goodness me! And I think that we got a bit of carnage here. So I think drivers have gone left, right, and centre here, and it's a bit of a mess to start off Bronze here. Drive through penalty for jump to start for Kaz. 5-second penalty for Jay Hings here. It's a VSC, I think, or I thought it was a VSC. So everyone, oh gosh, there, and Jay Hings almost into the back there. And goodness gracious me, it's a bit of a messy one here in this race, I should say. VSC is out, Brooksy, and Kiki's been disqualified for parking in a dangerous location here. And yes, that was quite messy indeed then. So I think we're going to have a lobby restart, I believe, then, after that pretty diabolical race then. Of course, we can't have that there. We can't have drivers going. I think that as Brooksy's into the I think that by the looks then, they all went off, and I think some of them didn't realise it was a VSC. Maybe some of them didn't realise it was a VSC, whilst others did. And they've all just kind of concertinaed into each other, got penalties galore and all that kind of shenanigans. What we'll do then is there will be a lobby restart, I'm sure. If it hasn't been confirmed yet, hasn't been confirmed yet, but with Knowlesy leaving the lobby, I'm almost certain that it is going to be a lobby restart. And if it's not, then we're going to have a very unique sprint race with Sirius Mushroom leading this way then. But I do think that we are having a lobby restart then. But of course, I think it's almost certain, to be fair, because that was quite a shambolic start, wasn't it there, unfortunately. That was very odd, wasn't it? Because, of course, we had drivers taken off left, right and centre, didn't we, really, where where some drive. I think they all got off at the same time, but then I don't think many of them realised it. It was a VSC start. Very odd indeed. Then, and selfishly, I don't want a VSC start. I want an action-packed start. That's what I want, and hopefully, I'm going to get what I want here tonight as well. Then, whilst that's going on, then let me quickly chat to you guys in the comments, shall we? Let me take a look then. Oh goodness gracious me, I've got to have to lean forward here. Oh my word. Oh, let me put my spectator stuff on first. There we go. Lovely stuff. Hello, everyone. Altag, and good evening. Good evening to Altag again. Let's go, Mushroom. Hards for the sprint. It may not have been a great idea, to be honest. Then two mediums and a soft for the race, hopefully. That is Moomin's idea for strategy. I've read that out, so hopefully not many drivers are listening to me. They never do, to be fair. Howdy, Alpha Romeo there. Also, hello there, General Chazza. You are a bold one now. Of course, Chazza, unfortunately, I think he missed his first race on Sunday, didn't he, Chazza did? But I'm sure that it was studying, wasn't it, or something like that. As moving there seriously, then as he got brake checked because of this issue there. I think that yes, it's as Altag said, restart. This is a pure mess. Yes, we are restarted. Brooksy, as that was yes, that was bum, is what Brooksy is saying there, but he didn't use the word bum there. I didn't realise it was a VSC. I was gonna stay on then. So yeah, I think that some drivers then didn't realise it was a VSC, which is why it was a bit messy there, wasn't it, unfortunately? So a bit of a messy start there, but hopefully we'll get going again in just a jiffy then, which is a great opportunity whilst all of you guys are with us. And I'm going to quickly do an advert then whilst I quickly wet my whistle then. So we'll be back in 5.
BoxBox Hub is an absolute essential for any Formula One fan, and the entire app with new widgets, statistics, localized race schedules, and countdowns, you name it. They even have support for Apple's new live activities feature with real-time updates during a race right on the lock screen, and honestly, some of the best looking widgets I've seen.
And I hope you've all got your BoxBox apps ready for the race on Sunday in Las Vegas. And goodness gracious me, I'm going to need it because getting up at 4:30 in the morning is certainly not my idea of fun. Then I must say then, but of course BoxBox will help you follow the action there around Las Vegas. Then, and you're going to need every help you can get if you're like me, where you're very weary in the mornings, to say it lightly. Very unique as well, Las Vegas, because I think it's racing on a Saturday night in America, whilst it's going to be on Sunday in the UK or wherever you are in the world. Then, well, most of the places where you are in the world. Then, anyway, then, as of course, I was leading the results stand. Serious Mushroom. So Serious Mushroom has won his first sprint race, and fantastic stuff indeed. That I was in Scotland for some medical testing for Royal Navy. Reason why I was absent on Sunday. Oh goodness me, well done, Chazza. Yeah, I blame Farf. I'm sure Farf told me that. To be fair, he probably told me that, but a lot of things go through my head during from Sunday till Tuesday, mainly food. But good stuff indeed, Chazza. Yeah, I hope it all went well indeed there. And yes, good luck to you, my good sir. I hope it's everything that you want. As Moon's going to be watching the race, he is not keen on getting up live. To be honest, I tried recording the race once. I think it was Australia 20. I don't know what one. I don't know what it was, to be honest. But I think it was. I'm sure it was. I don't know what race it was. Gosh. Okay, it was in the mid 2000. I think it was actually 2015. It was one of the hybrid ones where unfortunately I was forced to go out to celebrate a friend's birthday, which was shocking because I did tell him it was the Australian Grand Prix and they should postpone it. Never mind. And what can you do? But yes. So I think I can't remember which one. I think it was 2015 I recorded, but it didn't feel right recording the race. I have to watch it live, you see, otherwise it just ruins the rest of my ruins the rest of my Sunday. Personally, there we go. Then for some reason I was connected to my phone. Sorry, all good now. Don't worry about that, Kaz. All good, my good sir. And hopefully we get going and moving, picking your card in the Navy. You can sail the 7 seas in the Navy. You can eat a lot of cheese in the Navy. Good stuff indeed, that, Chaz. And of course, that's really cool to hear. Goodness gracious me. I always thought Chaz was a builder. As we get on to the start of the I was going to say Bahrain, of the Qatar Grand Prix. Last race of Qatar for Formula 1. We are back in Qatar tomorrow for Formula 2. Looking forward to Formula 2, to be honest. Troy has got another lead, and has got another win last time, and has extended his lead in Formula 2. Toy Coyne unfortunately fell asleep then, and I feel that might be Troy's really on the money now to potentially take that win in Formula 2, but he cannot win the championship tomorrow. He might be able to win it in a week's time, potentially. I'm going to get the calculator out, and as so on the final countdown for the start of the of this race, and looking good stuff indeed. Then, do we start in the same positions? Then yes, you do, Moomin. Of course, the grid will be lined. Thank you very much, Moomin. That reminds me of us. I'm waffling on about nonsense. The grid order for the sprint will be exactly the same as it is from the qualifying session, of course. So of course that's only fair, isn't it? There, but so yep, it is the same qualifying positions as it was for the sprint as well, for the qualifying session there. And I must say that I'm going to have 2 very late nights, and in Qatar. Good gracious me there. What have I done to deserve that? Gosh, there. Of course, quick update. Next week we're in Qatar, Circuit of the Americas, for round 18 of the championship. That means that we'll have 4 rounds. 4 rounds to go. We go to Mexico then, of course, the highest circuit on the Formula 1 calendar. Then we go to Brazil then for our final sprint race of the season. Then we go to Las Vegas, don't we, of where real Formula 1 is now, before ending off in Abu Dhabi. And I must say, 2 drivers are going to be quite happy with their season so far. That is Percy and Brabant, driving superbly well. Both of them have got quite a handsome lead. I think it's over 4. They got over a 4-win streak, 4-win lead in the World Championship run, but it's not over till it's over. New Potato did have quite a good advantageous lead in the championship, but that has been whittled down ever so slowly in the past couple of races or so, hasn't there, with TK very much on the march in Japan there. However, tonight then, Brooksy has got pole position, and then Brooksy, second pole position of the season, the second pole position of his career in bronze. He had a couple, I think, in Cobalt then, but my Cobalt book is somewhere in a different folder, and I'm not going to mess about with that at the moment, mainly because I am actually standing up trying to keep warm, and I don't want to bend down because I got a bad back. I haven't got a bad back. I'm just lazy. We're just waiting for the drivers then to get themselves sorted, get themselves up and ready to go. Then what tires are they going to start on then? Are they going to have to start on the tires which they started the original sprint race on? Technically, yes. I suppose you have to, really, don't you? Good luck, Bronze. Gordo is saying that as Gordo has made his way into the comments chat as well. I think Gordo's had a very strong season in Silver as well. I think he's had a couple of podiums, hasn't he? Kaz on soft, Morrisky on soft end. Well, they have not gone with the same tyres there, have they? But I'm not sure if that's going to be a problem or not. We'll go for the grid again then, whilst we've had a couple of minutes to really entertain ourselves, haven't we, really? Which I got to say, I haven't got Robbie Williams on, unfortunately. Otherwise, that might be a bit entertaining to say. I do like Robbie. However, I'm not sure. Then, did I prefer his music when he was a part of Take That, or when he was a singles star? No, a single. Is he a pop star? A single singer? That would do. One single singer. I do prefer it when he was a single singer. I do like when I Take That, but Robbie Williams certainly, like, when he was on his own, he was absolute. He was a joy to listen to. However, I'm not a joy to listen to. Oh my goodness me! Brooksy pole position then for the sprint. Then of course, if he wins this race, he'll start first for the Grand Prix. Jay Hings, if he finishes second, he'll start second for the race itself. And Casal, great performance in a bronze so far. This is the second start of the season. TK there will be hoping to maybe get a win that he potentially lost, robbed maybe of last week. Then Kiki in fifth position. New Potato 6, Sears Mushroom 7th. with Moomin 8th, Sarah 9th, Duncan Dave in 10th position. That is the top 10. Top 8 scores point set. 11th position is Smithfield Mighty with Kaz in 12th. 13th position is Sick as Muck. 14th is Marsky with Swanshanks 15th, Crusher T 16th, Vintage 17th, Winning 18th, Stars 19th, and Scooby Stew completes the top 20 here tonight. Then 20 cars battling out in the desert here in Qatar. Tyre strategy is going to be a major factor in this for both the sprint and the Grand Prix itself. I cannot wait. This is going to be too good to miss. Lovely 17. Do we get to set of mediums in the race, even though we got a sprint? I don't think we do, to be honest. I get confused with that there. I'll make sure and start on the tires that you qualify on. Remember, losing a race in silver because of that. Then Gordo said, of course, was that in Spa? I think that was in Spa, wasn't it? Of course, I'm sure though back then we had different rules, didn't we? Remember that back then you had to set wherever you qualified. Oh, New Potatoes had a bit of a parking problem there, hasn't he, on the grid? Remember back then though, if you qualified, if you got into Q3, you had to start on the tires, which you set your fast time on in Q2. And Gordo was a victim of losing a race because of that in silver. I'm sure it was not too long ago. 5 lights are on. Hopefully we'll have a go start this time then. Lights are up then, and away we go. Yes, we'll go this time, and for 10 laps in Qatar, it is going to be fast, frantic and furious action, and all 20 cars race down into turn 1. Brooksy giving it a wide berth in the Haas of Casal on the outside here. Red Bull off the circuit in the background. I think that was moving there, going very wide, and now we'll just take a look down the order then. Oh, contact then, and that's a Williams has been forced off the circuit, and there's more problems for Slayer into the gravel, and it is and oh dear, that was very messy into the couple of turns out to turn 9, no, turn 3, 4. I don't know where I am on the circuit, to be honest. Whoa, another contact there. That's the champion. That's the championship leader of New Potato. Did he make contact there? Did he have contact? Goodness gracious me, that accelerates back on circuit number. New Potato down in the 18th position, and goodness gracious me then. And oh dear then. And let's take a look then. Did he, no, he lost on his own movement, did that? Goodness gracious me. Both Ferraris there is down in 17th and 18th position there. And oh goodness gracious me, but here comes Kaz having a look on the soft tyres on the inside of movement. Full better off it and just gets back into position then. Coming into the completely end of the first lap. Brooksy leads, Hings is second, Casal in third, TK fourth, Kiki in fifth position, Serious Mushrooms up 1 position. Everyone is now up for position, or at least there. Marsky's up 6 then, along with Vintage Crustier T. Great stuff indeed there, and also Scuba Stew as well. Brooksy set the fast on the race. We're on board with Kiki having a sniff down into turn 1 as TK is just in front of us at the moment. Kaz down 4 positions, down 9 positions is Moomin then, 12 for New Potato then, with Slayer and Duncan Dave also involved in some instances as well. Unfortunately, taking a look back through the field then, as Vintage is all over the back of Crusher T. We got a great battle between Styles and Scuba Stew. Scuba Stew has got the position there. New Potato is dropping down the order. He's down into 18th now. Something's gone wrong with the no, he was 18th before, wasn't he? And then Styles going up the inside there. Kaz is staying on the outside in the Ferrari, and Hungry Styles is going to have to just maintain position for the minute there before accelerating out of the hard turn 6, which I think is turn 6. I have no idea. Goodness gracious me, get me a track map, someone. We have got a Crustier T who is in 10th position about there. Whoa, and I thought he was going to go right on the inside of Sickest Bug there. Vintage is now trying to go up and under here. But he doesn't have the purchase of the tyres there at the moment. Ted Tango in the comments. I'll read out his comment in just a jiffy, as I'm too scared to take my eyes off of this incredible battle so far here in the sprint there, as Swanshanks goes this way and that way, but Vintage is not being deterred, is he? Movement's got a 3-second penalty, and in only a 10-lap racer, that is going to be costly, I think. Brooksy is set to pass on racer, but Darren J. Higgs equals that with a further quicker lap as well. 8/10 of a second separates the top 2 here in this sprint race. Kiki all over the back of TK at the moment. TK is now eaten into the lead of the championship of New Potato, who is fighting very hard then with Movement. Remember, where you you finish in the sprint race is where you're going to start for the Grand Prix. So this is important position that New Potato's got to make up now in this race after spinning. And I think he spun on his own as well, the championship leader there. So a horror start to there for New Potato back in this battle here, which is Vintage, Whitney, and Swanshanks. We've got Scuba Stew also looking very on fine vessel as well with 2-point scores in the last 2 races there for Scuba Stew on a rich run of form at the moment. Brooksy leads now, he's a second in front and out of DRS range of Jay Hings there, but it's Casal who is in the DRS range of Jay Hings. However, he's almost over. He's got to keep that he's got to keep very much within that within that second window if he wants to get DRS, of course. And TK just hanging on, but Kiki is looking quite strong in 5th position at the moment. Marsky is causing Smithy Almighty a cause for concern there, all in the points among the top 8 and above is all in the points there. Winnie all over the back of Swanshanks there, with Scuba Stew all over the back of Winnie. Kaz is just in the background as well. Goodness gracious me. We're on that for this race. Kaz has lost out there, and he must have had a nightmare run out of turn 16, because the gap was about 0.8 of a second or something like that. So, Smithy Almighty on the outside of Marsky. I think it is Marsky attacking Smithy, but he cuts across the Haas car and stays in 8th position. And as the DRS has now been enabled on this lap, so this is where it's going to get very fruity indeed. No DRS now for a whole lap because there's only one DRS, so which is down the start finish straight. Marsky is very much pressurising the McLaren driver, but it won't there. So it's all very much for the leader. It's such as unless you're on very old tyres there. Marsky is on soft tyres at the moment, isn't he? There he is. 2 drivers on the soft, which is Kaz and Marsky. Everyone else has gone on to the medium tyres there, and they should get you in the race. And I think the soft tyres may struggle, but remember, we had some very unique tyre wear, didn't we? In gold and in silver as well. To be honest, Stars down in 16th there. I got his name there eventually. New Potato now putting 15th position there. Slayer has got past Duncan Dave, and Duncan Dave has lost out as Moomin, Duncan Dave and Slayer all having issues at the opening turn of this opening turns of this race there, and unfortunately they're right at the back of the field. 3 seconds there. Duncan Dave having a look on the inside there. They remember that this is quite crucial in this race, of course, because wherever you finish is wherever you're going to start for the Grand Prix. Here comes Kiki. No, it's Casal. Kiki in there as well. Casal on the outside. No, it isn't. It is TK, and TK is up into 3rd position there. Fantastic. Marsky has got past. He's got the job done this time, or has he? Yes, he has there. Smithy down into 8th position there. But still a good result for the McLaren team then. Look at this, and once again, as you got TK, who is now going to have the New Potato's got past his teammate up in the 14th position. We're keeping an eye on New Potato. If you just joined us for the first time this season in bronze, where have you been? Goodness gracious me, it's been fantastic. But if you are just joining us, I've got cramp in my back, which is not very good. Goodness me, I'm getting too old for this, I reckon. And whoa, contact there between Crusher T and Vintage. A very opportunistic maneuver there. Crusher T on the inside now of Crusher T. Swanshanks is through. I don't know who I'm talking about here, but Winnie is also through as well. Right, and fantastic. Swanshanks now in 11th position there, past their Vintage there, getting his elbows out there and in 10th position. He smiles a good result tonight, does Vintage, who has had a pretty difficult season, has to say the very least there for Vintage, but he is looking very on song tonight, which is good to see there for Vintage. He doesn't get any points though, remember, it's the top 10 gets points in the race, not in the sprint race. Back on board with Kiki. Kiki, lap 6, so we're just over half distance down this race. Kaz is now falling on those soft tyres. Those soft tyres are enough. We'll take a look to see what Marsky is doing. Marsky is getting very defensive down the back straight, which means that Smithy Almighty is on the outside. DRS enabled there. Blast past him there. Goodness gracious me. Too easy for Smithy Almighty. Up into 8th position there. Is that the DRS too powerful potentially? Winnie on the inside. The Aston Martin of Swanshanks. Look at this. What a splendid view we have got here at Qatar. We're not here for the views. We're here for the action of ALR. But you can take in the view nonetheless. Winnie, who's got a sniff, but nothing more than that. Marsky got a 3-second penalty. That is crucial at this race at the moment. There no safety cars, and there's the championship leader, New Potato, then having a look there on the back of Winnie there. But look at that, there's a New Potato through, and Kaz has left the session. Kaz had an issue on the original start, and now he's got more issues. There's contact. Hopefully, New Potato hasn't damaged there, as Winnie is really very much now gone from attack to defence here, as he is very trying to defend and keep in front of the Ferrari. Oh, but New Potato Oh gosh, fantastic. Brooks is now 6 tenths of a second in front of Jay Hings there. Jay Hings is reeling him in now. It's 5 tenths of a second. Kaz is back in the session. Good stuff indeed there. TK is 2 seconds and out of DRS range of Jay Hings there. It's just the top two now in a league of their own. Look at this, and the new potato going this way and that way. Whitney there, who is losing a lot of momentum here to the Ferrari, and that Alpine is going to have a look. Oh gosh, what has happened? And TK is down 2 positions. I thought he was off the circuit, to be honest. New Potatoes left the session. That is a horror show, and that's also a bit of a horror show for TK as well, as he had an almighty swap from New Potato out of this race at the moment there, and lets him get back in there. He needs to get back in pronto, because he's got he's losing time, he's losing positions every time he is not in this, every minute he's not in this session. Kiki now in full position now, and there's TK. He's lost 2 positions at a swapper at the exit of turn 1, I think it was, wasn't it? Vintage in a superb 10th position there is Styles all over the back now of Crustier T. Crustier T there, who's, goodness me, Styles there. Oh, Crustier T has gone wide there, but Styles has kind of followed him, hasn't he? I think so. He's not going to be able to make any headway there. New Potato down in 15th. He's not in the session mode, and he could be down near the back of the field by the time he gets back in. Absolute nightmare. Gap at the front there is actually extended almost up to a second there. Brooksy has done a really good job on this lap. He's out of DRS range, Brooksy is. That is crucial in this race. Very crucial indeed. That yellow flag there. And who is that? That's Duncan David, the second Williams, having issues there. He is recovering now, but right down at the back of the field. Moomin is also right down the back as well. Back on board with Crustier T in the Alpine machine then. All over the back of Stars. He got that is such a shame that New Potato's back in, but he's left again. This is not going at all well for New Potato. It's a goodness me. This is not good at all for New Potato. What is going on for the Ferrari team? Oh dear. And that is very unfair indeed for New Potato, isn't it? Swan Shanks is now in the top 10. He's got past Vintage. Lap 8 out of 10 here. This sprint race has been very action-packed, to say the least, hasn't it? Goodness gracious me. We've had more action in this race than we did in Gold, mainly because we had we had like 5-6 laps beyond the safety car. No safety cars so far in the sprint slide, and I don't think we're going to have any new players back in the session. Good stuff leader, but what can he do? The damage has been done. Unfortunately, he's down into 18th now. Is New Potato, but both Ferraris having connection issues there. Something's gone a bit awry in Maranello here tonight. Brooksy has stayed out of DRS range and is on course for, I think this would be his first sprint race win of his career for Brooksy. Fantastic stuff indeed there. Sigismund's got a 3-second penalty. Marsky, Sigismund and Swanshanks all got penalties in this race there. That is not going to be ideal at all then. That is not ideal at all for those 3 drivers, and that could potentially elevate Vintage up to a point then for the AlphaTauri team. AlphaTauri looking strong there, of course. Dominated the joint constructors last season incredibly well. This season they are down in 8th position, I think, in the constructors championship, but they are starting to have a late renaissance, didn't they? And with the AlphaTauri drivers starting to and on the outside goes Kiki, but Casal is hanging on the inside. Kiki's going to go on the inside there for turn 2 here. Goodness me, they're giving each other just about a caution. Casal just about staying on the circuit. Goodness me, it's wheel to wheel between these 2 drivers. Casal's on the inside, but look at that, now TK is in the vicinity as well. He's gone wide there, and now the battle has been won, or yes, the battle has been won between Kiki and Casal for the moment. Moving out of the sprint race, unfortunately. TK is now into 4th position. This is valuable points there. He is reeling in New Potato, and he could overtake New Potato by the end of this race. By the end of this Grand Prix venue here tonight, of course. Well, the gap is now going down by another 5 points there in the championship, which should be down to 11 points there going into the Grand Prix itself. Coming up in just a whistle's time as well. The yellow flag for moving out of the race there after first lap contact. Unfortunately, as Duncan David Slayer also having issues as well in the opening couple of laps or so. They are going to be very much hamstrung for the race itself, but Slayer has got past Scooby Stew and up into 17th position on the final lap of the sprint race line, and Brooksy has got a second advantage then over Jay Hings in second position, Kiki in third, 4th is TK with Casal in 5th, 6th is Mushroom, 7th position is Smithfield Mighty with Marsky in 8th position. Here's TK on the inside then, and TK on 4, he was just going to stay back there on this final lap then, but now he is going for contact at the bit where there's banging wheels there, and goodness me, that is getting very hairy there out of turn 3, I think it is there, and Kiki's got the inside, got the outside, but he's got the position nonetheless there. And my goodness me, as we got a great battle between Styles and Vintage. Contact again there, and Kiki has got in front there of TK has got in front of Kiki, and now Casal has got in front of Kiki as well. What an incredible end to this race there. Brooksy has dropped by 4/10 of a second there between himself and Jay Hings for the battle for the lead there. However, he will not need to defend into turn 1 anymore. And what's happened? TK has slowed down there, and goodness me, what happened there for TK? He's lost the position and dropped back down to full position. I'm wondering if he may have given the position back, you know, as it was a bit, I'm not sure if it was him or Kiki hit into the hairpin there. Out of the final turn then, yellow flag then, as something's gone awry for Swanshanks. He is recovering, whilst Brooksy is going to win the sprint race. He comes across the line, and Brooksy is going to start up first and is going to win the sprint race here in Qatar. What a result that was indeed there for Brooksy. Oh, incredible race that was indeed there. And that is Brooksy's first ever win in a sprint race. And that is his second podium in the sprint race as well. In 5 attempts, Brooksy has won his first sprint race of his career. Both McLarens in the top 8, and on row 4 for the Grand Prix itself. Good stuff indeed for McLaren. They look like they're back in action then. So great stuff indeed for Styles and for Smithy Almighty. But the plaudits go to this man here. It is Brooksy's first sprint race win of his career. Magnificent stuff indeed there. Well, Styles gets the plaudits there for driver of the day for the sprinter course. Magnificent stuff indeed. And let's take a final look at the sprint race classification and the classification for the starting grid for Qatar coming up in just a few moments' time. Then Brooksy from pole position to checker flag, with Jay Hings following there by just he was only a second back in the whole of the race, wasn't he? So close those two drivers were. Casal in third position with TK in fourth, with Kiki in fifth position. They basically finished when they started there, but it was action packed. Serious Russian 6, the two McLaren 7th and 8th. Vintage, great drive tonight. And same with Winnie in 10th position. Sickers Merck 11th, Kaz in 12th, Slayer in 13th, Crusher T 14th, Marski's 15th, New Potato down in 16th, the championship leader. The gap is whittled down to 11 points. Duncan Dave 18th, Swanshanks down in 19th after a last lap carnage there for the Aston Martin driver. Moving out of the race, and he'll start 20th on the grid then for the start of the race itself. And coming up in just a jiffy then here in Qatar.
BoxBox Hub is an absolute essential for any Formula One fan, and the entire app with new widgets, statistics, localized race schedules, and countdowns, you name it. They even have support for Apple's new live activities feature with real-time updates during a race right on the lock screen, and honestly, some of the best looking widgets I've seen.
Ted Tango's only advice for tonight then is, well, I say only advice. His advice is the hard tire is the worst tire of all 3 compounds here, the C4, the C3, and the C2. So Ted Tango is telling us not to even, well, telling the drivers not to worry about the hard tire at all. Stay off the hard tire as much as you can then. So yes, so it's going to be the medium and the soft side, I reckon then. And we do have a lot of hard tyre runners out there. I've probably read that a bit too late then. Let's go for the grid. Brooksy is gone soft here, but he's not in the session. He looks like he's ghosted there. That's not ideal, is it? For Brooksy, but let's go for the grid. Brooksy, his first sprint race win of his career. He's going to be first then on the grid. Jay Hings is alongside him on row 1 on hard tyres, with Casal in third, TK in fourth position. The gap is down to 11 points, I believe, in the championship. 5th position is Kiki with 6. Serious Mushroom on medium tyres. 7th position is Smithfield Mighty. Hungry Styles in 8th position there on medium tyres. Medium for for Mushroom as well. Soft tyres for Vintage. Winnie on the hards with Sick as Mug in 11th. 12th is Kaz. 13th is Slayer. Crust Your Tea in 14th. Marsky on medium in 15th. 16th is New Potato. I think he's back in the session now on medium tyres. And Scooby Stew 17th. Duncan Dave on the hards at 18th with Swan Shanks 19th. Moomin completes the top 20. Moomin, I don't think is happy about that, but I think Slayer said the 3 into 1 in real life does not go, does it, around there, unfortunately. No, goodness gracious me. So Brooksy has left the session there, and that is an absolute nightmare there. He is, yeah, he's not in the session at all, is he? So he is going to be on soft tyres there, and I'm just reading that he's got no fuel at all, and he's on soft tyres as well. Lucas Percy is saying an absolute nightmare for Brooksy, not good at all then, unfortunately. But still they are saying add a 3 into 1 situation just like in real life with Qatar military. And it did eventually get screwed. The spikes backing out at turn 2 there, unfortunately. As yeah, that was not ideal at all then. But yeah, what a shame for Brooksy. I haven't even seen him come back in the session yet. Otherwise, I was just having a look down. But Brooksy on soft tyres, and as we just heard there, no but fuel either. So that is an absolute shocker indeed. Then, and now we are lining up on the grid. 29 laps then around Qatar. Around Qatar around here then. Now let's see how this goes then. So we have got well, we've got 19 cars on the grid now. Let's see how they do that. No, so it's the car before the storm then. As we just in the Aston Martin lineup as well, then we are going to be going in just a few moments time. We are waiting for those 5 lights then to unleash the, well, Brooksy has set the fastest ever lap around here, a 3-second lap. That is incredible. Lights are on then, and when we go out, we'll be racing here in Qatar. Now, the first ever race in Qatar, and Brooksy hasn't even been able to take his car. What control of his car. What a nightmare for Brooksy. And Jay Hings leads the way with TK in 2nd position. And I thought he was going to go to the side of Jay Hings. They're both Haas cars. So, yeah, both Haas cars. I apologise. Serious Mushroom on the outside. Casals had a swapper. And Mushroom's at 3 position. Mushroom has taken off like a scolded cat in the Alfa Romeo. Kiki in 4th. Casal in 5th position. Who is that off? That's a Ferrari up in the background. And that is Kaz, I think. Up debris all over the show here, and Brooksy's car is parked on the exit, and New Potato going up there. Brooksy's ghost car is just just gone off and straight into the gravel there, and that's helpful for the AI, isn't it? New Potato at 4 positions there. We got a VSC here at the moment as Nude and Moomin are swapping positions. You have to adhere to the Delta, you have to stay in position as well, but Jay Hings leads the way with TK in 2nd, Serious Mushroom in 3rd, Brooksy out of the race. That is such a shame there for the Alfa Romeo driver. Serious Mushroom in 3rd, Kiki in 4th, with Casal in 5th. Vintage 6th, Smithy in 7th, and Winnie in 8th position. Siggers Muck 9th, Cruster T in the points in 10th position. Moving up 7 positions, down 7 positions is Kaz. Brooksy out of the race there before he even got going. A horror show for the Alfa Romeo driver. We are back racing now then, with on lap 1 out of 29 here. Let's go. Let's go then, and now coming into the final of the quarter and about to start the race once again then. So Jay Hings leads. 2nd position is TK then. TK of course will be thinking about and he's not thinking about anything. He's going for it into turn 1. He passes the Red Bull and moves up into the lead of the race here in Qatar. But Jay Hings has got the inside. TK's got up the outside now, and they're going into turn 3. It's a very fast turn 3 then. They're wheel to wheel then. And look at this, it cuts across. TK leads the Qatar Grand Prix. Oh my word there. And TK leads this way then with Hings in 2nd. Serious Mushroom in the party in 3rd position as well. Oh my goodness gracious me. TK then, of course, will be Brooksy, and sorry, I'm reading the comments here. I should be watching the race. TK there, who's leading the way, and of course he is now taking the lead in the World Drivers' Championship as well for bronze. For bronze here in this one at this round of time, then, which I believe that's the first time in a long time that we have got a change for the lead in the World Championship. We got Styles in 10th position and Keek. No, we have got Styles in 10th. That is right. What is it right? What I didn't get right was Crester T and Crester T there, and I don't even know how he kept on track there, the Alpine. I thought he was going off it into the World Cup final stadium there, but Cressy T keeping it on track. Well, there is the current championship leader then. Before this race had started, Scooby Stew's got a 3-second penalty right there. We're on lap 3, and now we've got another battle for the lead then, and this time it's roles reverse set, and Hings has retaken the lead into turn 1, but TK swooping on the outside and keeps that lead at the moment. This down to us is going to be available. Goodness gracious me, serious motion there all over the back of Jay Hings as well. Look, Kiki in 4th position, ready to strike. Then we got Casal and Vintage in a superb 6th position. The Alpha Towers are absolutely flying out there at the moment now, along with Vintage. This is his best performance I've seen in a long time for Vintage. He is back, and that is what we love to see. Mushroom in the Alpha Romeo that, of course, hasn't won a race since that famous Japanese Grand Prix in season 2 of Silver. Now we've got Styles, who had an absolutely superb sprint there, is off the circuit, and he's damaged his end plate there. That's going to have to be a pit stop there for the McLaren driver. No safety car yet then. Slayer has asked where Slayer's at that has had his disappointed after such a dominant sprint there. Tango's saying, and as Brooksy said, didn't even retire, so issues there for Brooksy. And Slayer's saying that where is the standard gone then, as I think he is very Slayer's been involved in 2 first lap incidents in the 2 races here tonight, so Slayer's going to be furious with that, the Mercedes driver is then. Even into UKD out of the final turn then, and Brooksy is absolutely beside himself there across the line, and DRS is now available for the Red Bull of Hings, and he takes the lead of the Qatar Grand Prix, and he is now in front then. Remember that contact there, and that's serious motion there. I think it's gone into the back of TK, I think, and oh goodness gracious me, and TK is gonna be absolutely livid. Oh my word there. And let's take a look what happened then. I'm just replaying it back here, and I think that serious motion there just got in a bit too deep into turn 1, unfortunately. And that's more contact then between Vintage and Casal this time. Goodness gracious me. And there is 2 very unusual issues there. Oh goodness gracious me. As he has come back on the circuit now, Slayer has just set the fastest up for the race, unfortunately right down the back of the field. And goodness me, it's this sport that seems to just amaze me each and every time that when you think it's going to go one way, it goes the complete other way. Styles in the pits. TK was leading the World Championship. As it stands, is now not going to lead the championship again, and New Potato's destiny is back in his hands in 7th position after the horror show on the opening lap in the sprint race for New Potato, and he is now back up into the top 10. He's in 7th position there. There's the McLaren of Smithy right up into 5th as well, and he's having a look into turn 1 there. Goodness gracious me. Katie just said there's murder everywhere. Goodness gracious me. And now we're going to have a lunge down into turn 1. Kiki has taken the lead with Jay Hings in 2nd position there. And we have got Smithy Almighty up in the 4th, and Vintage having a great race so far. Of course, I try not to play favourites, but the likes of Vintage and Swanshank, Scuba Stew have had some difficult races this season. I love to see them up in the points there, of course. But of course, I'm meant to be non-biased, but of course, I never am, am I? Kiki, 4 tenths of second now in front of Jay Hings there. Serious Mushroom now in 3rd position. 4th is Smithy Almighty with Vintage in 5th. New Potato is now doing a superb 6th. 7th is Winnie. 8th position is is 6th as much. Christian T in 9th with TK having to recover after issues into turn 1 there. And he's going to be furious, isn't he, with that then. TK is Duncan Davis 2nd back in 11th with Morsky 12th. Moving to Scoop Stew 13th and 14th. Kaz in 15th. Casal down into 16th as well. Contact from Casal as well. Swanshank 17th. Same for Slayer down in 18th. Contact for him then. And at Styles we see him recovering after issues as well. And who is this going on? And look at this, goodness me, cars all over the show here. That is a movement passing, passing Scooby Stew. And Kaz has lost out to Casal. And that could have gone very bad indeed, couldn't it, really? As me trying to commentate on the two names there. As it always normally does anyway, doesn't it, really? Right, Casal, now I think there's going to be a fire lit out of the rear posterior. And here comes Hings through and back into the lead of the Qatar Grand Prix. Passes at Kiki. And now into the lead then. Of course, DRS is quite powerful around the circuit. There's only one DRS place there, and then you got the whole lap, haven't you, to try and get out of that DRS range there. Which may pay fruitful or dividends there. Swanshank, nope, it is Scooby Stew through, passes, movement, staying on the outside, and now he's going to be on the outside. Contact then again, then it's a two-way cars are barging each other with Casal also ready to strike as well on the outside. Then as Scooby Stew, he has the racing line, and he's done it. Great defense there. Oh, he's got a 3-second penalty there. Unfortunately for Scooby Stew there, he tried to hang it out, didn't he? But unfortunately went a bit too wide. Casal then trying to recover as well after issues. Goodness gracious me. Oh my gosh there. I'm back on board once again with Casal. Hings is now half a second in front of Kiki with Serious Mushroom in third. But look at that, the battle at the front is now allowing Mushroom to catch up to the back as well. And of course, as I mentioned, Mushroom hasn't won a race since in Formula 1 since season 2 of Japan. Of course, he was the driver. Of course, Synonymous of Haas is also the driver that unfortunately stopped Haas's incredible win run back in season 2, which of course German and Liam, were absolutely superb that season, weren't they? And we got New Potato now up into 4th position there. And goodness gracious me, as I mentioned, now the tables turn so quickly in Formula 1. Found absolutely incredible stuff indeed. Here comes Casal all over the back now of the Red Bull, and he is passing, moving up into 13th position now. And there's a Ferrari in the background of Casal. And look at this, and Casal trying to go through that, and he is off the circuit there, going into turn 1, and he is recovered and just in front of Swanshanks there in 16th position. Now Crusher T coming out of the pits now. Slayer on the soft tires there. Stars at the back of the field. Unfortunately, Hings still leads the way, but look at this. Serious Mushroom on the medium compound tires is really pushing on now, isn't he? He's really pushing in the Alfa Romeo. Here he is there. And let's go into the second part of the lap now. 5 seconds the gap is between New Potato and Serious Mushroom. New Potato, that of course, some issues in the sprint race, has recovered in the Grand Prix very nicely indeed. Now up into 4th position is New Potato. Is New Potato then on lap 7. TK has got himself only to 9th so far. Not ideal at all there for TK. Remember though, New Potato is on the medium compound tires, of course. You wouldn't go this fast on a MotoGP. KD is saying that. Of course, I think that was the only race I actually knew about going into Qatar was the MotoGP race around here. I don't really know many other formulas that race around here. I don't think WEC does, do they? World Endurance. Ted Tango, you have to be cautious when you're in a train. Now, brake a little earlier than you normally do. Exactly what Mushroom didn't do there. Ted Tango saying, and TK can still get some good points. The undercut for him will be vital. Of course, as Kaz and Moomin is now swapping position as well. As oh goodness me, that is not the part of the circuit he went there for Kaz as he comes back on the circuit now. But he has lost out though to lost that 14th position there. Winning now all over the back of Vintage. Goodness gracious me, for 6 Mike and a Vintage, and Vintage is on the soft tires. I think the soft tires. But I haven't said that the soft tires did a brilliant job on Sunday, didn't they? And look at him, he's blasted past Sickers Mike and up into 6th position. Remember what Ted Tango said then, that the hard tires, he does not want to stay. He said his best not to stay on the hard tires when he's got a 3-second penalty. Unfortunately, when he that's a slam dunk because he's on board here. But Ted Tango said that you don't want to stay on the hard tires too long, but most of the grid is on the hard tires. Whilst Mushroom, Potato and Marsky is on the medium. And we got Jay Hings has got a 3-second penalty. That is crucial in the battle for the Grand Prix lead here. Kiki could just, in theory, sit behind him now, albeit we've got 20 laps to go, so I don't think he's going to do that. He can just sit behind him now because the pressure could technically be off here, and he is going for the lead now into turn 1, and there he goes, Kiki. I don't think he's won a race, has he? He's had pole position, he's had podiums. I don't think he's won a race. I'm going to have to get my notebook out in a minute, I think, but Kiki is now leading this way once again. What is going on here? It is, who is it? It's Vintage. He's now got the inside there. The second place got a power on the outside, and he's done it. And there's the 2 Williams in the background as well. Winnie is going this way. No, he's gone in deep, which means that TK is through, up and under, takes 8th position. The Williams car is now up into 8th position there. 7th is Vintage. 6 is sick as mud. TK is having a look. Then he's going for it. He's having a look, but Vintage closes the door on the toes of the Williams driver. But TK needs to navigate through quickly, but safely. That is crucial here. Quickly, but safely, because that is, he doesn't want to lose his nose cone, doesn't want to lose any end plates there on the back, and he's a battling duo of Vintage or sick as muck there. And I need to find out if oh, I've just dribbled over again. I don't know what's wrong with me tonight. Oh, goodness me, might need to... maybe I'm salivating over this incredible Grand Prix, which has been an absolute doozy at the moment, hasn't it? Kiki has never won a race, but he has been second, and he has been on the podium 3 times this season alone there for Kiki. He is now trying to extend his lead. The gap is about 7/10 of a second now, just going to the final corner. Magnificent stuff indeed then. KD, you also got to be mindful of the curves as well with this deck. Then, of course, the tire deck around here is brutal. And Smithy Almighty on the outside of the Ferrari. And Smithy's up in the 4th position. Magnificent stuff indeed there for Smithy. And my word, that this is he's had a podium this season. I think it was in Belgium. And I think that and this is a very good start to this race. And can he keep going? No, we've got 19 laps to go. A lot can happen in this race still. Winnie's dropped down to 10th now, unfortunately. I expect it to be a 2-stopper. The next 2 or 3 laps, the 1 stops will go to around lap 14 or 15. Ted Tango has said that. As it's great to have Ted Tango in the comments, isn't it? There makes one life so much easier. I feel sorry for Knowlesy when Ted Tango is racing on Monday night. Said, however, I think Ted Tango will be driving in gold next season if things stay as they are. Jay Hings there, who has got a 3-second penalty there. That penalty could cost him, but however, it's not over yet. There's still a long way to go in this race. Jay Hings has been an absolute revelation in ALR, hasn't he? Oh no! And just like, goodness me, I'm going to shut me mouth because Jay Hings has got another 3-second penalty. I was about to say it's not over, and he has been a revelation, but that's another penalty for Jay Hings, and that potentially that is going to be crucial. He is still in DRS range, which is very much keeping him in this one, but he hasn't been able to overtake. But that is 2 3-second penalties in the opening 11 laps. Pirelli is awful, yet we are stuck with them for another 6 years as a tyre supplier. Sick as mug back up into 6th position. Vintage and Silver. Apparently Pirelli are promising a new construction of tyre for 2025, which will allow drivers to push and still have multiple pit stops in the race. Then I believe it when I see it. Bring back Bridgestone, Katie has said. Dare I say bring back Michelin? Perhaps not after the 2005 United States Grand Prix. If anyone remembers that 6-car Grand Prix. Very interesting indeed then. But of course, Tiago Monteiro, the last Portuguese driver, I believe, to get a podium, Styles out of the race, and that is a safety car. And of course, you've got to be careful when you slow down. You don't want anyone to go into the back of you. But Styles out of the race now. I'm not sure if he's come into the pits and gone into the pit wall. If he has done, he's in a esteemed company with, of course, David Coulthard and, of course, Paul Farr, who's also been in the pit wall as well, and also Wash Maldonado as well. So the company that he's been with, he's certainly he's an esteemed company, isn't he? I just seen it. I think he retired around this part of the circuit here. I'm not sure if he was coming into the pit or if he got a swapper on the exit of the final turn. Then as a KD, hey, that's Grand Prix never happened there. Unfortunately, I sat through the whole thing, to be fair. I must say, I must say I was entertained in the wrong way. I have to say, because it was just a absolute. It was an absolute horror show in being broadcast in front of me, wasn't it? Shocking stuff. This was before. This was before, of course, the internet and all that kind of stuff. And of course, anything like that would happen today would never happen today. Of course, as I'd like to think that the team bosses will certainly know about that. Yes, I apologise. KD, it never happened then. It never existed. Perfect time for the drivers here. People don't forget the problems that was already there in 2004 as well at Indy. So sorry, TK messed up my braking field. So Serious Mushroom has owned up to that, but unfortunately for Serious Mushroom, we caught it on stream, so I'm sorry as well, Serious Mushroom. So I don't think Serious Mushroom's going to be surprised by that at all, to be fair, is he? 'Cause, I always seem to catch when Mushroom's being a mischievous mushroom. But unfortunately, Serious Mushroom misjudged his breaking point, and same with what happened with Vintage oh gosh. Oh my word, I'm so sorry. Casal, that's the driver, Casal. They're coming out of the pits now. So, two drivers have not come into the pits just yet. As we were talking about Indy, weren't we, of course, in America, at the United States Grand Prix, which is quite fitting considering the fact that we're going to Las Vegas on the weekend, which I'm not sure whether I'll go to enjoy it or not. I think KD's going to practice on Thursday night, I believe. So hopefully KD will give us some insight and take some pictures as well. But of course, KD they're going to I think he's going to practice on Friday, so that should Thursday, so that should be good as well. But Tango was right there. There's still a lot of issues around the Indianapolis circuit, wasn't there? As Smithy is now in the pits there, as Duncan Davis said out. So Smithy is interesting enough. Smithy didn't come in the pits there, so I wonder why. And now he's in the pits there, and he's got to slow down to 80 kilometers an hour. And the McLaren Mercedes garage is going to be prime ready to go. I wonder if Smithy's concerned about tyre wear. He's going to try and get to the end then. Safety car is out at the moment. Then, of course, his teammate Styles there caused the issue there. Styles got the issue there, and of course, talking of past Grand Prix, do I smell a Renault fiasco from Singapore 2008? Of course, we don't think like that, do we? Goodness gracious me! But it should be. Of course, I don't believe that whatsoever there. But Smithy might come out of the pits now, and if that was the case, I think that Smithy would have probably have liked it to be a different part of the race than what it is now. But both McLaren, one McLaren down in 16th, the other McLaren out of the Grand Prix. Only one driver has not come in the pitch yet. That is Duncan Dave on 12 and up hard tyres. KD is going Thursday and Friday. He's going to Vegas. He'll be home on Sunday. Vintage, I did too. I'm sorry, Casal. Hope the safety car helps him recover as well. Very cool stuff from both drivers there to owning up there. Yeah, both drivers literally in the matter of moments of each other unfortunately misjudged their braking points and went to the back of the drivers in front there. Just watching it, that was a movement. He was very happy with his safety car. It'll definitely be cold, KD is saying. I think it's going to be about 10 degrees, which is not as cold as what we was expecting, was it? Because I think so was saying it's going to be lower than 5 degrees at some stage. It said, safety car's out of 10 Tango. I love it to prove so wrong, but it looks like an awful circuit. I wish we would spend the money on making America making Road America or Watkins Glen accommodate everyone rather than another street circuit. Here. It does look pretty bad, doesn't it? However, we could be wrong. It could be an absolute doozy of a Grand Prix, couldn't it? So, I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be very interesting indeed to see how it plays out. What I'm not looking forward to is the pre-Grand Prix, the pre-grid walk. Well, actually, I am, because I think it's going to be an absolute car wreck with Martin Brennan on the grid and all the fanfare that is going to happen in the start of the race. If you thought Miami was bad, cannot wait to see what happens in Las Vegas there. Moving. I love that Indianapolis race. Watching Barrichello sit behind Schumacher all race long was amazing then. Was that 2004 or 5 movement? I think this movement might be thinking about 2005. However, 2004 was quite a session race as well. The only thing happened in 2004, didn't Fernando Alonso had a massive puncture at the end of the straight, which speared him off into the wall. Also, that was an awful weekend as well for Ralf Schumacher. 2 years in a row where he had a horrific crash there, which I think took Ralf out of for most of the season. And then Williams had to super sub in Mark Chenet, and then wasn't it Antonio Pizzoni or something like that? I need to rewatch the season reviews, to be honest, because I'm getting too old for this now, and goodness gracious me. We got Road America, KD Road America with the lovely heart, right? Yeah, I would love to see one of the classic tracks for go back there instead of Las Vegas, but it's kind of where the money is, isn't it? In Formula One, and be interesting, but there's a lot of discontent, isn't there, with the locals in Las Vegas. I'll go. This information is from TikTok, so take it with a pinch of salt. I don't really get much of my information thrown anywhere else these days, to be fair, because usually it's all doom and gloom. I'm fed up of reading about how Andretti's, how the team bosses of Formula 1 don't want Andretti racing, which I think is absolutely a poor show, to be honest. We need more than 20 cars, but we've already heard about that. I can talk about that till the cows come home. Where have the cows gone? I have no idea. That's a question I ask myself daily. Duncan Dave has stayed out. Safety cars in the end of this lap has what race control has said then. I was being sarcastic. I was so annoyed as McLaren had that race as well. The speed was insane. And my dream is Road Atlanta, although that is the best. That is the best track there. Sorry, I got a big heart in the way of the comments there. So goodness gracious, I wish I could move that big heart there. I'm not sure what it is then. I do love that heart though for silver, because I usually start spamming it for Nosy then, which I'm sure Nosy is fed up with that. Nosy. Goodness me. Out the final turn, then Duncan Davis is about racing. Is about to start racing, but he's got a lot of cars behind him. As that Ferrari of New Potatoes ran very wide, then we're back racing, and Kiki has stolen the march on Duncan Dave. I think Duncan Dave is going to be a mobile chicane in turn 1, and Kiki is through and takes the lead of the Qatar Grand Prix, and now it is going to be Jay Higgins' turn now, as they're on board as well. And just on board with Jay Hinks with Duncan Dave in third, down into third now. Serious Special in fourth, but Seekers Mark in fifth on soft tires. And New Potato has got a 3-second penalty. That is crucial in this. Grand Prix. And goodness gracious me, then as is looking very fine. And look, TK is all over the back of the champion, the manager in the championship. Serious Special needs to get past quickly here. However, Seekers Mark is on soft tires and was having a look there. It is very much a follow the leader in the second sector, unless you got very much a tire differential in terms of wear, and we certainly got that at the moment there, which is what Duncan David Serious Smash are fighting over now. Scooby Shoo has got the, oh my word, incredible. He is through and up into third position. Is the Mushroom. He is on course for a podium at the moment now, with half distance just gone in this race into the final turn now. Lap 16 of this race then. New Potato then knows about his championship rival, his closest championship rival, which is TK, all over the back now then. What has New Potato got in his arsenal at the moment? No, he's got a 3-second penalty, which is not going to be in his arsenal. Oh yes, and on the inside, there's a bit of a ricochet. Duncan Davis been forced while his teammates up the inside. Seekers Marcus in fourth. I thought I was going to be a double overtake then. I was getting very excited. A 3-second penalty there for Seekers Mark. I'm not sure how many penalties that is. Casal's got a 3-second penalty as well. TK is still in 6th position at the moment. Good heavens above, this is going to be a fine second half of the race here. Look at the understeer on that Williams. Goodness gracious me, we felt like we were drifting wide there. Jay Hinks there is still very much in the vicinity of TK. Kiki TK is in 6th position there. Jay Hinks does have a 6-second penalty to be applied at the end of the race then, which is disappointing indeed. TK there looks like he ran wide there, which is probably going to lose him a bit of momentum. Sick as Muck is on the soft tyre. New Potatoes on the hard tyre. I should probably mention this instead of moaning about instead of chatting about USA 2005. Shocking stuff indeed, isn't it? I get distracted by anything. Right, we're on board with TK, who is on the medium tyres. I think that's the preferred race tyre. Swanshank's got a 3-second penalty. We'll not have DRS yet then, but we'll have DRS at the end of this lap, of course. And then it's going to get very fruitful. It's going to get very fruitful indeed. Then out of the final turn there, Sick as Muck there, of course, on soft tyres, which means there that he is going to have more perch then coming across the line as well. And now we have got Sick as Muck there, who is going to be on the inside. Swanshank's on the outside there, but it's a bit of a nerf at the rear there for New Potato with Swanshanks there. So no, Sick as Muck. Goodness me, what's going on? Oh, in goodness me, and almost off the circuit there. Contact again for Sick as Muck, and look, TK almost off the circuit there. And Sick as Muck there, I think, is focusing on New Potato and not really looking in his wing mirrors there. And TK almost off the circuit, and he's going to have a look there. Not quite though. TK needs to stay within 3 seconds of Nude Potato if he wants to finish in front of it. This is crucial now. This is squeaky bum time, as Sir Alex Ferguson would say. The legendary Manchester United manager, which I don't know why I said that, because everyone knows who Sir Alex Ferguson is, but there we go. TK though is all over the back of Sick as Muck there. Sick as Muck there, as Slayer's got a 3-second penalty. It's been a nightmare day, hasn't it, for Slayer? Unfortunately, and for Moomin as well. They're both at the back of the field, more or less, than 15th and 17th now for those two drivers there. Kiki, who's now going to have to defend, and Kiki has now won a Grand Prix in ALR, has never won a race in ALR, never won a race in ALR, has he? Moomin's got another 3-second penalty. TK will have DRS now then, as he is going to go out to the final turn then, and over the start line. There is the battle then. Serious Mushroom is kind of in no man's land there, but I think he'd be happy with that, to be honest, because he's got no one to defend then, and he just needs to stay within 6 seconds of Jay Hinks there, as TK having a look there, but the DRS, and look, Casal up the inside there. Casal, of course, the super sub for the Haas team over the last 2 races, has been an absolute revelation. He did run out of fuel though, didn't he, towards the end of the end of the Japanese Grand Prix, didn't he? Unfortunately, Casal, but which would have capped off a superb return to LR. But here tonight then, hopefully he's got that sorted, hasn't he, there, as TK all over the back of Sick as Muck. Goodness gracious me, there he was so close to the back of that Aston Martin, he could have very much reached out and touched the car in front. That is how close these drivers are. Sick as Muck there is now starting to struggle, I think, isn't he? He's pushing that Aston Martin to the very limits of the car can handle and beyond then, which is great stuff to see that Sick as Muck there throwing it all on the line, which is what we love to see for Sick as Muck. Difficult season for the Aston Martin driver. Remember that he almost won the race in Silverstone last season, didn't he? So he's not enjoyed these 2023 machines. Yellow flag. We've had some contact at the back between Moomin, I think it is, and it was I think that's Crustier T. It is Crustier T and Moomin have come together, and unfortunately that is not ideal at all. Both of them are ghosted now, and that is not ideal. And now then, as we got Kiki losing the lead, then as now Hings takes the lead, but he's got a 6-second penalty. It is going to be tough from there. New Potato is going to have to get defensive now. He is going to have to get defensive because Sick as Muck on the outside, and the Aston Martin driver is back through and into 4th position, and New Potato would like to have got past and then stormed away. That is not what happened, unfortunately. Lap 19. Of this incredible race. Jay Hings leads the way. Then we have got Kiki in second. Third is Serious Mushroom. Moomin out of the race. That's the third retirement of this race. Unfortunately, we've had an action-packed Grand Prix to say the least, haven't we? Still only 3 drivers that are out of this one there, which has been. I must admit, at the beginning of Gold, I was said I was going to be surprised if there was a safety car. Well, but to be fair, there have been a couple of safety cars, which is much more than what I thought there would be. Breath there. I don't think we've got a 3-second penalty, as goodness me, as TK just touched the back of the Ferrari, bit of drafting going on there. I think that works in NASCAR, but not too much in Formula 1 cars. Out of the final turn and yellow flag as that's the Red Bull then is having issues then. Out of turn 2 then Jay Hings is now 5/10 of a second away from Kiki. Then Crusher T has got a 3-second penalty. Serious Mushroom is now at 5 seconds, but then look at this going this way and that way, and now TK on the outside, then Sickers Muck is in front of him there, which may have hindered his well, he's done it anyway, I thought I might have hindered his exit out of turn 1, but no problem whatsoever. Crusher T out of the race as well. I think that I'm not sure if Moomin and Crusher T came to blows then, but both drivers have pushed out the race. I'm not sure if both are carrying major damage, but it's unfortunate. Swan Shanks in the pits for the Aston Martin team there, and not good at all for the. Well, no, he's coming out of the pits. I apologise. Swan Shanks is there, so 4 retirements in this race. And at the moment now, look, though, Jay Hings could finish second here still, because he's almost 5 seconds. He is 5 seconds in front of Serious Mushroom. Now 6 seconds in front of Serious Mushroom already. So fantastic performance for Jay Hings. And can he keep that going on those medium tyres there? That is going to. I'm impressed with Jay Hings there, but I'm always impressed with Jay Hings. I seem to be as big. I seem to be his biggest fanboy, don't I? Really, which is quite embarrassing. So I should calm down. And that's a Ferrari off, and that's Kaz who's recovering, but down in 14th there for Kaz, and Kaz driving the Ferrari. For some reason, I always associate Kaz with Ferrari. I don't know why. I think every time he doesn't race for Ferrari often, but every time he's in that Ferrari, it just feels right. Just watching TK, who's got the maneuver done on Sigur's Mark. Now, what is his pace going to be for TK? He has overtaken New Potato. New Potato does have a 3-second penalty as well. 8 laps to go in this race. New Potato's dropped off the back of Sigur's Mug. He's actually well out of DRS range there. That is not ideal at all for is it, for New Potato? He's going to have to really go in for it, hammer and tongs then, if he wants to catch back up to Sigur's Mug and get back into the DRS. Look behind, there is Casal. Then behind Casal is Winnie, all on soft tires. I'm not sure if the soft tires are going to be able to go to the end there for the drivers. But having said that, I'm always wrong on the old New Potato's got a 3-second penalty now. There is the penalty situation. That is costly. If Casal can keep those tyres in the operating window and they don't fall off the cliff, Casal is going to be in front. That is a major problem for New Potato now. Another penalty there for Jay Hings tonight. He is now up to 9 seconds of penalties for race leaders, and Jay Hings is in the pits. Problems for Jay Hings. He's into the pits. Kiki has taken the lead there. The medium, he's only done a couple of laps on the medium tyres. 9 laps for Jay Hings, but he's rolling the dice there. And this is a strategical change. He's on the soft tyres. Our car free is there. He's in and out, shake all about. Is that a premonition there? We're going to see car free on the Red Bull next season. Well, hey, I don't know. It's a New Potato. Caught right quickly up to the back of Sigur's Mutt there. Jay Hings is now out on fresh tyres. Same with Winnie as well. Also going out on fresh tyres as well. Goodness gracious me there. I'll read your comments out in just a jiffy, ladies and gents. I've been ignoring you since the safety car came in because this is absolutely enthralling stuff. Sigur's Mutt is now out of DRS range of TK. There is TK just in front of us. TK has got to the back of Serious Mushroom absolutely quickly. He is flying out there. Jay Hings is through past the Ferrari. TK is absolute on a mission tonight, isn't he? The gap between the first and second is 6.5 seconds at this moment now. Incredible driving from TK. I'll tag Sean, do you research the stats, info, and history of previous races before the race, or your knowledge is impeccable? Kudos to you. My knowledge is only good around the 90s and 2000s. After that, I can't remember much else, to be fair. No, I only remember silly things, to be honest. Therefore, but thank you very much, Altag. I appreciate it, and appreciate it very much indeed. And I have no life because I usually just watch. I used to watch F1 on YouTube all the season reviews a lot then. And who's that in the pits? That is Casal in the pits. Here's New Potato. He is staying out on the hard tyres. He does have a 6-second penalty. We'll come back to those penalties as a little bit later on then, because through goes TK up into second position now. Really good stuff indeed then, as everyone should be okay on fuel after that safety car. TK is saying movement is not a happy chappy there, as issues going on then. I think Hards will already be struggling. Ted Tango saying possibly even more, might not even make it to the end then. Movement saying sorry for not finishing there, as sorry for not finishing. I hope I did the right thing by pitting and not staying on track then. Normally, more often than not then, pitting and quitting is upon, but sometimes circumstance and all that. Sunshine's got a 3-second penalty, but do not worry about that. So we all get the best. Sometimes the races don't go our way. I can't say much because I always, the reason why I'm Ginger Rage is because I get very angry when I play games. I don't even know why I do it, to be honest. That's the reason why I'm not allowed to be on an ALR track anytime in the future, unless I can carve down my races. Of course, Inside Out 2 is coming out soon. Is it Inside Out? Where you got those emotions in your head. I love that cartoon. That's brilliant stuff indeed. I'm certainly, my dominant emotion is certainly anger. I can say that, especially been on this old PlayStation for as long as I have. Vintage, who is just out of he is in DRS range, but he's also got no penalties either at this moment in time. Then this track is awful with tires. Cannot do it, to be honest. Then just going. As Jay Hings said, the fast lap race and flying through the field there. Diabolic movement is all good then. As I said, I can't say much because I rage. Into the pits comes Kaz, and now in the Ferrari. So he's going to just put on a new set of boots then. So this is going to be interesting. Now we're lap 24 out of 29. Are they pitting too late, do you reckon? Is this some drivers are going to be very quick then? Tyre wear has been an absolute premium. By the way, I've loved this tyre wear over this event then. It has been an absolute incredible. Oh no, Vince has got a 3-second penalty. I am terribly sorry. As I'm just watching Smith and White all over the back now as well. I think this race has been fantastic in terms of tyre wear and opening up the strategy options there. It's been a fantastic watch. Gold, silver and bronze, and really good stuff indeed there. Absolute edge of your seat performance from all these drivers. I've loved the strategy calls. Jay Hings on the outside. Goodness me. Soft tyres, everything. He is flying once again. He does have a 9-second penalty, unfortunately. And he's having a look there. But Vintage there, of course, it's not going to let him through there, is it? It was going to get very hairy there indeed. It's moving there. It's going to cool down and restart again. Yeah, to be honest, normally after a bad race moving, I usually make myself a ham sandwich. Out of the final turn then. And let's come. Jay Hings is now in his 6th position. Vintage is 7th there. And we've also got the McLaren of Smithy Almighty through as well. Welcome, JM Wyden. Hope you're enjoying this action. And I certainly am indeed. Then I'll read out your comments in just a few moments if these drivers will let me, because this is an absolute anarchy of a race. Yellow flag there for Scooby Stew off there in the second to last corner. Jay Hinks going this way and that way. He is through. He's past Marsky. Sarah's got the fast lap race. Remember, it's a point for fast lap wherever you finish. Similar to Formula E a few years ago. Goodness me, did I say the E word? Goodness me. Goodness gracious me, I'm going to go get booed off. I probably am. I'm usually booed off anyway at the end of this as it goes on. JMY then, is there any league you commenting which I can join and put in one pace then? Yes indeed then. Of course, ALR has 3 championships going on. We have gold, silver, bronze, Sunday, Monday and Tuesday. Hopefully when the admins there will stick out the Discord in there. Of course, we are on PlayStation. We don't do cross-play at the moment because cross-play is still a bit flaky, especially from my experiences. I got nerfed off the road a couple of months back, and there we go. That was the last I ever tried about the cross-play. Cosplay? Goodness me. Anyway, out of the files heard. Kiki, 6 seconds up the road from TK. TK is eaten in to the lead, but it's not quick enough. New Potato is now in third position with Mushroom down the fourth, but Mushroom does not have any penalties. And look at Smithy Almighty. He is flying on those medium tyres there. Fantastic stuff indeed there. As Tango saying, I agree, Sean. In my opinion, it's too late now. It is what it is. So it's, as much as it sounds, as much as I can't say much again, but it's only a given day, and then after I've had some food, I'm as calm as a cucumber. I'm on PSN 2. Any Discord link? Yes, indeed. Hopefully the Discord will pop up in just a few moments' time then, as we've also got Driver of the Day come up as well. Discord link will be up along with Driver of the Day. Good gracious me, then. All action here tonight is there. Oh, my word. And I'm going to have to sit down because I'm absolutely knackered then. Maybe not, because we've got Winnie now in Duncan Dave fighting for the final points then. Let's take a look at the penalty situation. There is the penalties. There's a lot of penalties out there tonight. It's a fast-flowing and extremely physical circuit, this one is there. Get your Driver of the Day votes in then, because there's been some superlative racing out there. There has been some interesting development as well. Thank you very much, Nosy, as he's just thrown the Discord link in there as well. There you go. JMY, I look forward to seeing you on track, my good man, my good person. Then out of the fans, we're on we're on turn 15, lap 27. I'm all over the show now. Goodness me, I'm gonna have to go and hibernate, I think, after this one. Fantastic. So there's a Kiki has actually extended his lead now to 6 seconds. And here comes Sick as Muck on soft tyres. Whoa, is Winnie also pulling out as well. It's three abreast into turn 1. And a bit of a nerf again then into turn 1. I'm wondering if it is the tyre wear, because we've seen 2 or 3 drivers go into the back of drivers, go into the back of each other over this race, haven't we? Goodness me, which is very uncharacteristic. I don't see much of that, to be fair. So I reckon it might be the tyre wear potentially. It might also be just how tough these conditions are. So, drives no penalties with 27 out of 29. Kiki leads the way. TK is in second. This will be Kiki's first ever win. If he can just keep it clean and tidy with 3 laps to go, he has the advantage. TK in second position, and E is going to reel in New Potato. New Potato's got a 6-second penalty. At the moment, E is going to drop himself down to 4th. New Potato's got a 9-second penalty now. That is not ideal. That is costly for New Potato. Oh my goodness gracious me. Serious Mushroom is on course for a very good podium here. Come on, Mushroom out Tiger saying it. Potato has done ridiculously well fighting back to 3rd position. He really has indeed then, hasn't he? As we go out then, as we won't judge your shoulder cosplay, Edward. You could be a 2-spirited penguin, each their own. Indeed then. I do actually walk like a penguin as well. Especially after some chicken, albeit I'm still hurt about the chicken that I dropped on Friday night. Never mind, it only cost me £4, which is never going to be brought back. Never mind. Kiki still 5.5 seconds up the road. With just 2 laps to go in this race. I'm struggling. I'm goodness me. I'm absolutely shattered. As Jay Hings are just all over the back of Mushroom here. Mushroom, I don't think Mushroom's going to fight this one too hard, of course, because he is on very worn, hard tyres. Hings is now up into 4th position. Serious Mushroom needs to stay within 9 seconds of the 2 cars in front of him. Same Smithy Almighty has a chance of actually elevating himself up to 4th as well. At this moment, I think that New Potato, as it stands, will still keep the championship lead then at the moment. Rather be Vettel and walk like an Egyptian. Ted Tango saying, Kiki, do you love me? We are riding. Well, I think that Kiki, there's going to be a lot of people loving Kiki after this performance for the AlphaTauri team. He is currently on course to win his first ever Grand Prix of his career on lap 29 here. What an incredible performance it's been for Kiki. Whilst drivers around him have been getting penalties, whilst drivers around him have been having issues there and all kinds of shenanigans, Kiki has been superb there in this one. Vintage is all over the back of Casalen, wiggling this way and that way. Vintage is on course to score some major points as well, which would be superb there for New Potato is off the circuit. Oh my goodness me, on the final lap then. And what is happening? I think he's still got his, but TK is off the circuit as well. Oh my goodness me, and TK is slowing down. That's a puncture on the Williams. Oh my goodness me, and TK, what rotten luck then for the man who's second in the championship. And this is a crucial day of the championship for Bronze. Oh my goodness me, this is rotten luck there for TK. He is going to be furious with this one. Oh my gosh, sir. Oh, I can't put into words what I am seeing at the moment. New Potatoes had a horror show today, but he has recovered nicely up into 4th position. But this man TK, who is driven superbly well, has just got a puncture and is not going to get any points. Kiki out of the final turn, and Kiki is going to win the Qatar Grand Prix, his first win of his career. Kiki wins the Qatar Grand Prix. Fantastic racing there for Kiki. What a performance. Mushroom in second. Smithy Almighty in 3rd position there. What a race there. Absolutely fantastic stuff indeed. And this is... I'm absolutely... I'm lost for words. TK there. It has been a very difficult trying day indeed. New Potato then extends us in the championship, as Ted Tango did warn. He mentioned in the commentary, did warn about this issue. Such a shame for TK there, who driven a very tough race there, but New Potato is actually extended us in the championship there. Driver of the day then, Kiki, New Potato or Smithy is your options in the comments there. Percy, fair play, Kiki. Great drive indeed. That was a superb drive, wasn't it? For Kiki, his first win of his career. And the first of many as well. He has really turned the way. Oh goodness me! That's the only slip of the day he's had there for Kiki, and almost went way as well. Shocking, isn't it? I am one of those people. I am one of those people. Right, let's take a final look at the classification, shall we? From what has been a tense, action-packed, and I don't even know what I'll say, exhilarating race here in Qatar. I don't really know what else to say on that. That's been incredible. And Kiki, what an incredible drive there. His first win of his career. But Kiki, I think the first of many, as I said, that halfway through the season he's really turned the corner. Then he's had 3 podiums this year. He showed last season that he is very fast, isn't he, with a couple of pole positions. But this season he's like TK. Kiki has really started to turn it into race winning performance as well. And today shows it. Kiki, his first win of his career. Serious Mercer with second podium of the season, along with Smithy Almighty as well in 3rd position. Great drives from all those guys there. Jay Higgins in 4th position, Casal 5th, Vintage 6th, great drive from Vintage, Nude 7th, Marsky 8th, Sick as Muck in 9th, good job for Sick as Muck, Duncan Dave getting the final point in 10th, Winnie 11th, Slayer in 12th on with Fast Lap as well, Swan Shanks 13th, Kaz in 14th, TK, the most unluckiest driver in 15th, Scooby Stew 16th, Retirements, Question Team Movement, Styles and Brooksy all retired from this incredible Qatar Grand Prix. Magnificent stuff indeed then. And, well, we've got one more race to come tomorrow as well, haven't we? So I'm not even done yet. We've still got one more to go in Formula 2 tomorrow. But before we do, let's interview the drivers. And Kiki, you're a Grand Prix winner. My goodness me, I said that I've been saying that you have turned the corner in the second half of the season, but you've gone from podiums to a Grand Prix winner now.
Finally. Don't know how long it's took me, but yeah, I've got there. But if Brooksy was still in it, I think Brooksy would have got it because he was quick in the sprint.
He certainly was. But as Murray Walker said, if spelled backwards is F1. I'm not really sure if that's right or not. But you are a winner, and my goodness me, you had an incredible battle with yourself and Jay Hings there. But I think the most important thing today was the lack of penalties and how you kept it on the road. Tell us about how you absorbed that pressure from Jay Hings there.
Well, I know he had 6 penalties when he was in front of me. I only had 1 warning, so I was like, if I keep it clean, I'm going to win the race. And obviously he pitted to go on the softs, and he still was about 3 seconds behind me at the end.
He certainly was then, but in the end, you did finish first. And I think I asked you actually after your last podium that do you reckon you got a win coming up, and you certainly had. But did you expect to win in Qatar today?
No, I didn't even practice for it neither.
Who needs practice? Fantastic. But I've said that this season as well, because last season you had a couple of podiums, but sorry, a couple of pole positions. But this season you've really got the race winning. You've really got the performance in the race there with some podiums now, and you've been flying up that order since the second half of the season started. There, I don't know where you are now in the championship, but you are certainly flying high. Then, what do you reckon you can get that final promotion spot? Because you're certainly hunting down the top three at the moment.
No, they're just too quick, them three. Just too quick, plus Dr. Troop wasn't there neither today, so could have changed everything.
And this was the sprint event. Then certainly did well for you today. Then we got another sprint race coming up in a week's time in where are we in Qatar? How are you feeling? Do you reckon another sprint, another wins on the cards?
You never know. It's an F1 game, innit? Don't know what could happen.
Brilliant stuff indeed. Then, and what was the moment where you thought that this is going to be my race? This is going to be the race where I'm going to get my first win.
When Jay Hings pitted, I calmed it down, make sure I got no penalties, and then once I see TK got a puncher, I slowed right down so I didn't get a puncher. My left front tyre was on 81% at the end.
Goodness, yeah, and Ted Tango was saying about in the comments there about how drivers are going to struggle to get penalties, punctures there. So, do you think then that if you didn't slow it down, do you think you would have been in puncture territory as well, like TK?
I think so. I think it's a bloody them three right-handers in the fast section. If I didn't slow down on them, I think we probably would have got one right at the end.
Really good stuff indeed then, and of course, you with this first win then, you've broken through the glass ceiling. Do you reckon you're going to get another win before the end of the season?
Let's see what's left. No, I don't like none of the trucks.
But a brilliant day today, Kiki. Fantastic performance there. And yes, a lot of congratulations in the comments as well. Absolutely great stuff. Kiki, your newest Grand Prix winner of ALR. Fantastic stuff indeed. And Cirrus Mushroom there finished second today. I think this is your second or third podium. Hang on. Might be your second in F1 there. What a performance today to get second, Mushroom there. But of course, talk us about the little incident you had in turn one there. Of course, I have to bring it up there because I do love a bit of controversy. What did you make of turn one then? You did apologise in the stream though, of course.
He's got his mic on mute.
Oh.
Oh, can you hear me now? Hello. That was just bad from me, and all I can do is apologise to TK because I've got a bad finger, so I had to change my braking, and I just forgot that I changed it. So no excuse. It was just bad from me.
That's all cool. I know it could be a lot worse. It could have been going over his airbox, so it's all good on that front. But then, of course, let's now move on to positive, shall we? You were quite quick. Well, I say quite quick. You were quick all weekend long. As soon as you got your car out of the garage there in qualifying, we were a superb 7th position, I think. And then in the sprint as well, you was very much hanging on. And then towards the end of the race there, it seemed to be clearing the way for you as well. How was this race overall for you? Was this a struggle then? What about the circuit? It was so tough out there. How did you find it?
It was a nightmare. I don't like the place. I really can't stand it. So to get second is, I mean, I never thought I'd be second. So that's all I could really do. And I was on 93% as well on my front left tyre the last lap. So I was thinking I'm going to get a puncture on her just before I get onto the straight. It's going to pop. But luckily it held on.
And when it was on 93% now, did you think about maybe having like as they used to call it, a splash and dash? Did you think he was going to come in the pits and just throw on a set of softs? Or was he just past that now and you just limping home?
I just stick with it because I seen how close people were behind me. If I'd have pitted, I think it was like with 3 laps to go. If I'd have pitted, then so many people would have passed me. I know like some behind me had penalties, but it probably wouldn't have made a difference. So I just thought, stick with it. If it goes, it goes. End of.
And of course, it didn't go either. And how difficult was it in this race there with the tire deg and everything like that? Of course, the safety car came out and it seemed to be perfect for most of you guys. Then, so what you thinking when that safety car's out? I know exactly what to do with this strategy now. This is going to be quite simple.
No, because I actually put it on for a 2-stop strategy, and then because I went onto the odds from the mediums, I was thinking, like, can they last? Then I can't remember what lap it was. I had a look, and it was on like 50-something%. I thought, you idiot, you should have changed them. And then I thought, well, I've committed to it now, so just got to do it.
And of course, we're reaching the end of the season as well. You've just like in the last season, you've been very consistent this season there, and very much in the heart of the top five in the championship. You're very much in the heart of the top 10 again this season. Do you reckon that you can maybe get one step higher on the podium with that with a win, or are you just going to be aiming for more podiums then before the end of the season's out?
I think I'm too old to win now. I think I'm past that. I'd like to, but probably not. But whatever. I like Abu Dhabi. It's coming up, so I'm going to give that a good go.
You're only as old as you feel. Well done today, Mushroom. Brilliant job. Brilliant
Cheers,
job
mate.
to second position there.
Well done to Kiki, by the way.
Here. He did a fantastic job. Kiki did, of course. Brilliant.
Cheers, Matt. And you too.
Brilliant stuff. And then let's go to Smithy Almighty, who got third today. And Smithy, I think at one stage he was near the back of the field after an early pit stop. It wasn't looking too good, but all of a sudden it was starting to really come your way, especially at the later stage of that race.
Oh, I think it was the safety car, to be fair. When we got the safety car, I was an idiot and missed the pit entrance. So I had to go in a lap later, and I think that's what put me at the back. So yeah, that was not very good racecraft, but that happens.
Aha, so I was wrong then. I thought that you were just being cunning.
No, there was no good planning about that at all.
I also mentioned about the Singapore race as well, of course, where PK crashed and then the safety car came out. I thought there was a hint of that as well. But of course, we don't do that now. Goodness gracious. But this race, and you did mention about the safety car coming out then. Was that extra lap then, where you didn't come in the pits, was that crucial then to for you finishing on the podium today?
By the sound of it, yeah, I'm going to be completely honest, because I think my tyre wear was probably must have been about 76, 77%. And so when I saw TK kind of like crawling around the track, I thought he'd ran out of fuel. I didn't think that was a puncture. So yeah, to be honest with you, the tyre wear didn't even cross into my mind. So yeah, maybe that extra lap out under the safety car did help me in the end.
And just like Kiki, I think the second half of the season has been much better than the first half of this season, and I think you guys probably don't want the season to end, to be honest. But do you think that this is now going to be the start of something for next season? And are you putting in the building blocks then to maybe make a championship or promotion challenge back into silver for next season?
Promotion, I'm not quite sure about. I think just more competitive. I think I just need to get my first win first. If I can do that next season, then that would definitely I'll be happy with that.
You can get your first win before the end of the season.
Cool. I think that's a big ask. I'll see what I can do.
Goodness me, I didn't even bend over. Fantastic stuff. That is going to be it then for Formula One in Qatar. Fantastic, wasn't it? Great racing all the way through. I love the multiple strategies. It was fantastic to watch indeed. There is heartbreak, there is jubilation, there's been all kinds of stuff in Formula One in Qatar. But we're now going to move on to Formula 2 tomorrow night. Then we've got a sprint and we've got a feature race there. Troy is very much on the march to that Formula 2 title then, which would be absolutely supreme stuff indeed. I don't think he can win it tomorrow, but he's good. But another max score will put him in prime position for the race after that, wherever that one is. And I do not know, but we'll find out tomorrow. But from here, it's been fantastic. We'll see you tomorrow night. Goodbye.